I am one of 6. I have 5 brothers. I'm a pastor's daughter. I was homeschooled. Family life is very fun-filled, loving. I guess you could say I had quite a sheltered childhood.
Is there a point in your life where a significant negative event happened that had an effect on you?
Yes, there was a couple of events that happened during my teenage years that scarred me. I didn't talk about them, I didn't seek any help, and at the age of 18 I discovered alcohol could numb all the pain that I felt through these. I also started a series of relationships, physical relationships with men, and drink became my mask. I used it to numb the pain I was feeling. On the outside, to everyone else, I looked like a very normal, bubbly person, but actually inside I was full of self-hate, shame, guilt, and I used drink to cover that. I drank for 12 years. My lowest point hit rock bottom last year. Before I had my son, I tried to commit suicide 3 times, but after having my son, I knew suicide was no longer an option. I moved back home and I found out I was pregnant again with my daughter. This time I struggled to quit drinking, and even though I'd moved home and my parents were trying to support me, my secret drinking continued. It wasn't until my daughter was born, it was 2 days before my daughter was born, that I decided that was it, I'm gonna quit drinking. But within a month I was back to drinking again.
So what was the turning point in your story and how did you find the help that you got?
The turning point was I was feeding my daughter her bottle in the night and I was watching my son sleep, and I just knew I couldn't continue anymore with how I was living. Inside I was dead. I just couldn't. I hated life, I hated the way I was, I hated the mother I was, and I knew I just wanted to change. I knew I couldn't do it on my own, and I knew I couldn't do it without a professional help. So as I was feeding my daughter, I decided to text my dad and tell him I needed to go to a rehab. I was walking through the doors of Searchlight, having left my 2 children with my family, to start my healing journey. And yeah, on the 5th of February, my freedom started. The day I came into Searchlight, that weekend I spent a lot of time with God. I was so angry at God because for me, I knew He could have taken away my addiction straight away. And for me, it was a very difficult thing to know that the God that was so powerful wouldn't do that for me. But I've learned that actually He could have just taken it away, but my past, my pain, my self-hate would have still been there, and I would have just found another way to mask that. And it was actually having to deal with the shame that I felt and the guilt that actually come into Searchlight. You know what, God is such a gracious God. He just takes it all, doesn't He? And then He just loves on you. And He just showed me on that weekend that even though it felt like He was so far away, that the times that I tried to commit suicide, the times that I tried to finish with things and the stupid stuff I was doing, He was there each and every step of the way, holding me, keeping me safe and making sure that I was still here today. I've learned and I've been taught the tools and how to deal with life, how to overcome my addiction. I've had no judgment. It doesn't matter what I tell in my story, what I share, there is always constantly support, encouragement and help as to overcome what I went through in my past. Life now, I laugh a lot, I smile a lot, I love I love life. I have such a zeal for life now that I haven't had in years. I absolutely adore being a mum. My kids are my world, and I'm just excited for the next season, the next journey of my life.